from Execration, if you guys remember. So, Onic Esports versus Onic PH, and this is something that you'll have to watch out for. Again, Drian and Sasa, one of the long time. I don't know if that's gonna work well. We'll have to wait and see.
So we are looking into unexpected picks right here for both of Onic teams and Sylvanas as well as the Hellcurt. Both sides.
Asia, who do you think is gonna win? Let us know in the comments as we get into the game for Game 1 of the best of 3 between Onic Esports and Onic PH.
And hated. Oh, it's gonna be hated. So a bit of a change name right there. And Yaknu will be playing onto the top side, while Blitz in the bottom with the Lar. And this Lapu Lapu will have a bit of those skirmish early on.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Esmeralda in the early game definitely is something you don't want to fight off against a Lapu Lapu. And he's going to have to play that lane very, very passively. D-Lar also got banned out with his fam, so that's one option that was a little bit weird to get banned out in the second rotation. We'll have to wait and see. As we are seeing that Onic is just basically giving over the purple buff to this Hellcurt.
Yes, as Yaknu is running low against this 1-1. The aggression is there, and they can easily take advantage of this lane. There's no aggressive rotations yet, and as how well the Kyrie and San just working on their way with their own buff, with their own jungle. No one's really pulling the trigger on denying any of the jungle rotations.
Yep, and the jungle is something that you gotta watch out for, right? This is a Hellcurt with the Retribution. There's gonna be a lot of early level 4s coming in for this Hellcurt. A lot of early level 4 ultimates. But top lane is gonna be the focus here for Onic Indonesia.
And they are going in. Tempest of Blades will be dropped, but Sans, Jay for the backup. Rasi and Sasa, this 3-man here, wanted to take the crab coin easily. And easy gold for that Ling.
Yep. And again, the Ling is something, you don't need to focus too much on this Ling. I think the one that we need to watch out for will be definitely this Wan. How well can Sasa play? Sasa, again, something that any hero you give this guy, it just works so well, right? And one of the most veteran players in this game for sure so far.
Ooh.
Getting a lot. There you go.
Bit of debate out, but Liaknu is having a hard time denying this 1-1 with all of those farm. Onic PH needs some good amount of attention here just to make sure that they can deny that 1-1. But right now, rotations from Jay and Kyrie, they just wanted to take the crab coin for themselves.
That's right, and this crab coin is going to be very useful, obviously. And the gold lead is something that I have to look out for. 300 gold at this point is actually not bad. For Onic PH, Indonesia definitely going to be ahead though. And Jay hello there.
Will be captured, and that's going to be the first blood in the hands of Onic ID.
So that's something that we've seen before. We've seen Drian and Sasa face off against Jay way back in MSC. They have faced off against each other before, and obviously they were still going to be the dominant performers there. And I think Indonesia is also the dominant performer here right now. But we'll have to wait and see if that's going to change, as we do see that Onic PH having a very strong engagement around the Zaman Force of Hated.
And they are going to take the turtle as well, but onto the backup. Here comes Jay with that Hurricane Dance, catching the back line. Sasa running low, but proccing more of the shields, but that's going to be the Cho taking down even more with Tempest of Blades coming in from Sans. But is there any chance that she can take down someone? But that's going to be more kills as a 3-2 into our current scoreboard.
What a hot battle, and you see Onic PH turning the tides, getting the gold lead right away from Onic Indonesia. We'll have to wait and see what happened there on the replay.
And you can clearly see as how well they wanted to focus. But Sans, this Link, doesn't have any items yet to be bold enough. Hated, Delar, and Jay was able to put him down, and good eyes onto that Ling.
Yep, that Ling is something that you are, again, I said it earlier, we can't focus on that right away because the power levels of this hero is just not quite there yet. So we were looking at Sasa. He was also kind of taken by surprise. Very aggressive maneuver there for Onic PH. with Hated just having a great time on the Zaman Force. It was perfectly placed in that regard.
Yeah, Hated was able to dish a lot of damage. It was a free cast all around, and Delar, he was able to box out the backline. Onic ID think twice in terms of engaging as far as they are concerned. But Razzie right now, Zaman Force 1 is again being trolled. 4-man, Onic PH is going in. Sasa and Drian wasn't really able to do something about that, as another kill coming in to our scoreboard for Onic PH.
Yep, and Onic PH looking really good so far in the early game. 5 minutes into the game, they are ahead in almost 1,000, while Onic Indonesia, right now on the bottom lane, will be taking a turret for themselves, almost evening it up.
Yes, but Onic PH wasn't really able to answer that. No defense. And the top side wasn't really something that they wanted to exchange. So Turtle, this is one of the objectives that you wanted to consider in for the take.
You have to ask yourself, how well is this Hellcurt actually working out well for Onic PH? D-Lard, though, making a statement saying, I can take this lane. I'm going to get a kill. And he does. Turtle is now going to be the next one for Onic PH. Will they get it, though?
The damage is there, but the Turtle is being focused. Tempest of Blades once again. Sands was able to take down Jay and looking for more. Kyrie a bit of low right here. Delar and Liaknu for the backup, but Razi with that spiral spear wasn't really able to kill any to make sure that they are safe. But then again, towers might be going down from top and middle as 4-man from Onic ID will converge here. Hated. Zaman Force popping it off. Drian and Sasa, too much damage there, catching in. Jay with the Hurricane Dance puts him into the wall, but the damage isn't enough to really take down someone, and that's Imperial Justice as they are going to take another life at Onic PH.
Very nice try from Jay there. He wanted to go and get Rossi behind the dead turret. But again, there was just too many threats. Kyrie going in for the Dark Knight Falls. It won't happen though.
That was bad for Kyrie. That's a bit of too much for the Turtle that they wanted to go in.
Counterplay.
The Zaman Force again. Delar will be surviving with more shields. Rian free casting all around. Searing Torrent, Sasa, and Sands following up with more damage. Hurricane Dance blocking Sands into the wall, pushing everyone out, and that's going to be Onic ID will disengage as Onic PH will take
much because he is 0, 3, and 4. Will they be able to contest this Lord? That is what we're looking for here. Jay, he is trying to see if he can get some targets here with that Hurricane Dance, and it will not be effective. D-Lard, though, getting to take out Sasa once more.
And here comes Jay being left into the fight. Hated, looking for Jian.
Nice.
Yakno as well, but Butts into the back line, still looking for more. Jay with the Hurricane Dance locking in this Esmeralda, and this might be it. Falling Storm will be used. Zaman Force weighing up the dragon, weighing to the hell, and that's going to be the kill that they need. But Sans onto the split bus. That's going to be Kyrie. He's going to go head-to-head with Sans, but Sans is a bit slippery and quick. He's going to escape.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The moment Sands goes up and Finch poisons, it's so difficult for Onic PH to actually reach him. But you did see Yaknu. He can make some plays when given the chance. He got a huge kill under the tower for that one. And they will get the Lord for this one. 11 minutes and 43 seconds in.
Taking all the kills, staying even more, and looking for the rightful targets to push Onic ID out of their way.
Yep, and Onic Indonesia just trying to take it slow on the defense. They're waiting it out on the Lord, on the top lane. Meanwhile, of course, see a big engagement onto that Lord with no one left to defend it means that it is not going to do as much damage.
And they're going to successfully take the bottom tower. That's something that you need to... Rossi being pushed into the wall. Kyrie proccing the darkness, and this will be a Zaman Force again from Hated, as Delar will be on a good side as Onic ID might be converging to Liakno. 18 seconds before the Lord. They wanted to take down someone for a 4 versus 5. Goes for the flicker. Liakno is in a bad spot as he might be going down. Immortality will be procced also.
Oh my gosh.
But just the advantage of Onic ID right now, a 4 versus 5. But then they wanted to make sure that they can still take head on as Onic PH is slowly moving. Jay not catching anyone out, but two-man Hurricane Dance, but Sans is still there, popping off into the darkness as Kyrie is looking for the targets, but Hayden is doing all the work with all those Zaman Force being dropped. He might be being caught out as well. Synchro Vision. Here comes the backup. Rozzy running low. Got the immortality, but Leok is going to back. That's going to be more vengeance. He wanted to revenge. And that's the Zaman Force again from Hayden. Looking for bigger targets. And here comes the Lord for Onic PH.
Onic PH really recovering very well from that big engagement from Onic Indonesia. They almost got the Lord, but they were able to deny just in time. Fighting 4v5 to make sure that they don't lose right away.
Oh, Tempest of Blades once again being used by Sans. He's a bit of a low life right there. But Butts wanted to go in, wants to go for a head-to-head battle, but Jay with the Hurricane Dance locking up Butts. He might be the one who's tanky enough, but Jay and Hayden for the backup. G on Sasa. Sans is there to take down Hayden.
And the shutdown onto Hayden. Just bit off a little bit more than they could chew. And that was one of the longest engagements I've seen with that Harif. And wow, that was just a lot of happenings there all of a sudden.
Yeah, with one Lord, they are losing left and right with the exchange. But right now, Delar wanted to go for a Bravest Fighter steal right here. Retribution for Kyrie any moment right now that they wanted to out Retribution Onic ID, but they're going to let it go as Jay will be discovered. Sasa, Drian, and Rossi will go for a big chase. Hurricane Dance isn't going to save himself, and another kill from Onic ID.
It's just so difficult to move with a... Now they have the Lord. They can start walking up on the mid.
Yes, and as the Lord marching into the mid lane, accompanied by the ID squad, 4 members, just wanted to make sure that they can still go for a split. As Sans is opening the bottom side, damage is there. It will be enough to open the doors, and even the top side being focused as the Lord will be marching into the base itself. Here comes the Zaman Force being used by Hayden to clear the wave. Tempest of Blades for survivability, and he is going to save or bail. Onic ID started the Lord 9 seconds before the respawn time for Cho, but then again another fight erupts. Really good searing torrents to push everyone out. Rossi in the middle of the fight even, but both tanky fighters, would they want to go in? Jay running low, use the Hurricane Dance. Sans looking for more damage as Iyakno is running down low as well. Delar, the Lapu Lapu isn't going enough to fend everyone off as Onic ID is marching inside the base.
Possibly the last team fight here on Onic PH. They're looking... Trying to defend, trying to clear the minion waves, but Hayden, he wants to go for the back line, wants to go for the kill.
Hayden.
He takes out the Ling. Can they get more though?
And here comes Kyrie, wanted to save the game. Hayden being focused down, Delar running low also, but Kyrie is healthy. He wanted to go for more damage as Sasa being focused, but they are focusing the base. Sasa with all the work, and Kyrie isn't enough for Onic PH to save themselves. Onic IDs taking game 1.
What a nail biter of a game there between Onic PH and Onic Indonesia. They're really, really strong.
However, it's Kyrie, I'd say, not really performing as advertised when it comes to this Hellcurt pick. This Hellcurt has been nerfed, by the way, and a lot of teams kind of discounted the fact that Hellcurt is a valid jungle.
Got a good amount of cover and damage for the downtown for a safe route, and Alice, more tanks coming in plus the damage to mid.
Indonesia, will Onic PH be able to climb back? We'll have to find out as we load into the map.
And this will be game 2 for the franchise battle. Onic PH going up against Onic ID.
Franchise battle indeed. It works very well because, again, this is a big comparison. Who's the better Onic? That's what we're asking here in this matchup. And again, Sasa is back on the off lane with this Lunox this time. I was thinking maybe you could throw the Chang'e on the off lane, but apparently it is going to be the Lunox play. So, yeah, we're going to see a bit of an aggressive take here. Will this work?
And just Jay, who wanted to go for those jungle invades, go for a bit of those information plays, goes back to the brush. You have the shields. Liaknu is going to throw Flowing Blood and doesn't really want it to go in as for the early game. Wanted to focus more into the farm.
Yeah, focus on that farm. And just basically Jay going in for vision it works very well already for their side. Yaknu though on the Alice is something that we've seen previously to work very, very well. And I think we've seen him really perform some miracles, literal miracles on this hero in the local MPL for the Philippines. We'll have to see if we can actually pull it off here because, again, it's so difficult to fight against Onic Indonesia in the mechanical battle.
Yes, and Razzie is the one who's going to throw an ejector against Hated. They're not going to chase, but Jay, with a good amount of damage, Hated will be going down in the hands of the Chang-O.
Very beautifully done there for these players in the mid lane. I think Sans, even just on level 4, is already just super good. He rotated very well on that Lancelot, going through and trying to catch where Hated was going to go to. Because he knows that Hated is going to play this very aggressively.
Yeah.
He can tell that Hated is just going to go anywhere there's enemies. So I think he used that to his advantage in that exchange.
Yeah, and we've talked about this, that Hated can push away the Jawhead itself. But then again, with the good timing, the ejector, and with that early game presence, Razi was able to push Hated or throw Hated into their own heroes or base.
And the follow-up on that kill, a bot lane kill again for Onic Indonesia. Gonna be taken out. Yaknu, again, Yaknu is just trying to catch up here. He's not at that point where he has items, because the Alice, he just only comes out when he has like 2 to 3 items. At this point, you can't expect the Alice to fight. You can only expect it to clear up minion waves, which is exactly what he's doing right now. So that kind of lowers the power, the fighting power of Onic PH in terms of the skirmish.
Yes, and they're just maximizing their Jawhead. And Razzie just looking for those key targets that he can throw out. Good timing. This will be a turtle, and they are going in and going hot. Even the Nature Assault being used and Tempest of Blades, but Butts inside the battle wasn't able to survive entirely.
Sans!
More damage coming in. Sans a bit too much, and Jay's going to survive.
That was a very aggressive move there, but they were able to come out on top still by forcing Onic PH to fight in very unfavorable conditions. Now it's going to be basically a free turtle there for Indonesia. Sans once more on a carry, on a very strong assassin. Also triple buff.
Oh, Jay.
That's a lot of damage done.
Yes, and we can expect this more from Sans. He was really impeccable in terms of playing against or playing with that Ling. More damage coming in as he wanted to take down Liaknu. Sasa and Sans. The Sans combo is into the bottom side. Jay for the backup, just pushing them away. More breathing space for Liaknu.
And Yaknu is going to be one of the guys you got to watch out for still. I mean, right now he doesn't have items, but again, the moment that he does hit those spikes, maybe it'll be a bit more of a favorable matchup for Philippines, but right now Indonesia definitely still ahead.
Jay once again being caught out, but the mutual result from Brienne is going to cook up Hated. More damage coming in. Wild charge by Razzie is going to survive, but then again, they're going to defend this mid lane tower. Tempest of Blades to survive, but onto the top side, Butts was able to trade off Yaknu.
And this is what I'm talking about. It's always going to be a toss-up to whether or not who's going to be the carry, right? It's either Hated or Kyrie. This time around, Kyrie is on the Ling. And what's happening here right now is both of them are having such a bad time in the fights.
Yes, and those are mostly the kills. With these Thams, it's already 2-1-2. So they are really making good use of this guy. And even though Liakno already swapped lanes with Delar, he is still dying.
Onic Indonesia, head by 3,000. Jay's in trouble. No one left to answer. Another free kill for Indonesia right away.
And not just a free kill, this also opens up a free turtle. And that's the reason why you wanted to ban out this Jawhead against Razzie. And then again, this Valir isn't being maximized out to peel for anyone who's being thrown down. The follow-up from Onic ID is really solid, and they're going to take down Delar.
And it's becoming so much more difficult for Onic Philippines to survive in this.
To have those information, it was Onic IDs who maximizing, and that's going to be Tempest of Blades coming in from Kyrie. Flowing blood into the middle of the fight. Blood owed just to make sure that he can sustain and he can survive, but the damage is there. Gian is looking for more. This Chango putting a lot of damage again and again. Liakno looking for more targets, flowing blood, and he's going to sustain double kill, but then again, Sasa is going to return the favor.
In the end, it's a beef up. If this Alice can beef up, and especially the Ling, it's going to be a different story.
Steal. Really good steal. Black Dragon form to Delar, but this might be a quick burst taking down Kyrie. Good Tempest of Blades to jump out, but Delar will pay the price. Sasa, Iaknu right there, as Sans will be battling out as well, but that Alice will be popped off into a snap.
And again, it's just so difficult. If your Alice goes down, if your Yu Zhong goes down, Onic Philippines will have very few.
There's a big question. They hard engage. I was expecting that after Kyrie stealing that turtle, they can just run away. But Sans
is taking a lot of the jungle of the Philippines right now, though. The re-engage by Kyrie, by Jay. Still going hard onto the Jawhead, but damage from Drian is just a little bit too much.
Ejector being thrown down against Jay, but Delar will be for the backup. That's the Black Dragon form. Liakno with more of those damage, zoning everyone out. Delar with a good jump right there, but Razzie for the re-engage. Sans will join the fight, but the double kill coming in from Kyrie and the Delar. And Delar is running low. Iakno with the backup, with the backline. Assas is going down. Flow blood. And that's a maniac coming in from Kyrie.
And they can get a lot of information with the help of Jay on the Hilda.
Yeah, and Butts just wanted to go head-to-head against Iakno. Wild charge, coast to coast. Kyrie is going to be safe. No, that he's going to die. That's a free lord for Onic ID.
And I'm pretty sure they're going to have a lot more of firepower here on the bot lane because of that. But they want to go for a fight again, and I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
Oh, Mixture Result, pop off. Here comes the Black Dragon form. Delar moving in up against in front of Razzie. Sans trying to destroy Delar, but isn't enough. No damage. Butts will be the one that's going to carry more of those damage. Going to take down Delar. And this is a 4 versus 5.
Yeah, I think Delar kind of overestimated the power of the Yu Zhong. And he also, Lord, they're going to be able to use the power levels of Kyrie just to scare off Onic Indonesia. And I think that's working.
And they are also a bit of lackluster in terms of using the Mixture Assault. But right now, they are starting to focus even more as Liakno is burning up. Needs the flowing blood away. Butts running low. Kyrie wants to go in. Tempest of Blades catching one. And actually, that's two. Razzie and Butts going down. Liakno with more of those sustain. Jay with the damage. Delar and Hated wanted to go in even more. Or is it going to be a complete disengage?
The early game lead of Onic Indonesia's lineup is definitely starting to fade. Drian not hurting as much as he did compared to the first 10 minutes of the game. You're looking like Onic Philippines. They want to go for that Lord right away. And there's very little that Onic Indonesia can do to stop that.
Ling wins games, and it has been Onic PH.
And that's saying something, considering Onic Indonesia has been ahead for a long time in this game.
right now, Jay. This will be the Lord marching into the mid lane as Kyrie will be starting things off into the bottom side. Even the top lane is being pushed down. They're going to enter the base. Kyrie, a bit of too much right there. But running low. The Lord is still there. They wanted to focus this. The Lord with the Black Dragon form to go in, but flowing blood of Liakno not entirely jumping into the fight.
Yep, top lane is going to be the next target here. Will they try to go for it? It's very unlikely. And Sans, his power level is starting to really drop here.
Oh, hated! He might be pop off, but Razzie will be the one who's being damaged a lot. As Sasa, this Lunox, as still they have Razzie, can hostage or isolate someone, but Kyrie is there. 5 members of Onic PH looking to open the top tower. More damage. They wanted to go in, but into the middle of the fight, but onto the back line. That's going to be Liakno. Flowing Blood's out. Sans wants to go for a cleanup. Janitorial duties. And he's going for
Efficiency, but Kyrie is still on the road up, right? He is just doing very well right now, fighting on top lane against Boots as well with Iaknu. That's a free v1. That's a very, very dead Fab.
Oh, Boots is going down as Jay being fried up. Drion is going to stop for a bit. They don't want to overcome.
And he doesn't like what he sees. He's seeing 4 Onic PH members,
Oh,
now 5.
Kyrie is there. Razi onto the back of the Lord. More missiles popping off. They won this. 16 seconds before Boots to respawn. Pushing away. Mutual assault. Is there any chance that they can take it? But that's going to be Kyrie taking the Lord. And Sasa will be the next casualty. Razi is running for his life. They're not entirely jumping in. But Liakno wants to go ahead and take down Gian.
And that should be a pretty strong case for an attack. It's well done by Onic Philippines. Can they close this though?
Oh,
Find out.
Ejector once again. Wild charge. Liakno. The sustain is there, but wasn't really able to finish anyone out. Razi being searing torrented out. But this will be a tower into the hands of Onic PH. Lord marching in into the middle. Here comes Dilar for the backup. He wants to push everyone out as the Lord is focusing the base itself, and everyone is looking to take down Onic ID. And Onic PH will take this game to game 3.
We got a game 3, ladies and gents. Onic Philippines showing that they're not going to be a pushover. This is not
Only wins if they finish the game early. And it's rarely, it's probably just 5% of the time where Lancelots win a comeback game. Or at least the Lancelot wins in the late game. More often.
expect that as well, but the Gushin gonna be coming out here. I like it. I like it. It's a pretty good one, I would say.
I'm not sure about this, but there's a Hayabusa, Gushin, and a Brody. And
Onic Esports, same Indonesia, same
5 seconds
with the
till
Philippines.
end
Let's head into the battle.
Smash them.
Game 3 in the civil war between Onic Philippines and Onic Indonesia.
yeah, and the Civil War itself, as Kyrie will be the Iron Man and Sans as the Captain America, both of the Ling players, but right now, no Ling. Oh, Drion will be playing as the Gushon.
Yeah, I really like that Jay kind of left this pick on the later part of this one, because it would have been read out really easily if he picked the Jawhead earlier. So having a Jawhead, Jay plays this hero so well. And I really like that they have at least this option, so they can disrupt some movements by the Hayabusa early on. Same with the Jawhead.
Oh,
There you go. Look at this. Rossi is actually absorbing a lot of damage. And Jay at level 1 is already so aggressive. Imagine what he's going to do at level 4. We'll have to wait and see. The bottom lane, he's trying to wait maybe for the reset. Yeah, I think he just wants to reset it, slow down Sasa even more, and that he's gonna do the trick. He doesn't even need to cast any skills. He just needs to be there and make a threat.
Yeah, I just wanted to zone Sasa away for the crab coin, but then we are going to see rotation for that Cho, as he wanted to man down or to guard up the bottom side. Then Sands, Jane Hated will be there, but Dreon in Sands goes in.
Oh!
A bit of the damage, but the Lar pops off the dragon form. But then again, that's a kill as Jay's going down. Sands with damage is not enough. He's going down in the hands of the Lar, but needs to run away as Hated is around the vicinity.
Beautiful absorbed by the shot essence there by D-Lar on the Yuzhong. Takes care of that Hayabusa mid-air.
Yeah,
I think that's something you got to do against a Hayabusa.
You wanted to deny all of the killing potential from that Hayabusa, and they're successful about it. You don't really want it to go for those early kills for this guy to secure his items.
Yeah, you want to fight early on as well, while the Hayabusa does not have items. And top lane getting mashed down there by Onic. Philippines, another big advantage. Cuts the score up to even. Counteracts the aggression that Onic Indonesia is doing on the bottom side of the map.
Is there any chance that he can survive? But of course, the damage is there. Sans and Sasa, that Brody and Hayabusa combo can push this bottom tower.
What a quick answer there by Onic Indonesia, getting even more gold, even while taking out that turret. Man, taking out Yakno was such a big deal for Onic Indonesia. Not only do they get full gold from the outer turret energy shields, they also take it down completely, boosting their lead up to 800.
Yeah, I was expecting that after that kill from the top side of Onic PH, there will be less answer from ID, but then again, once they saw that there will be no backup, they got in for the trade. And right now, Sans, with that Hayabusa being denied into the mid lane, the Lar, Black Dragon form against Butts. Is there any chance that he can survive? Rozzy and Jay will gonna meet each other around the river. And just going for a disengage.
Sasa
with the Phantom Execution. Kyrie seals the deal.
There you go.
Will be the next
Kyrie
target. And Kyrie with a good dodge with the Torn Rose. Dreon isn't going to pursue even further.
And again, Lancelot with a turtle buff is something very, very difficult to deal with. Dreon on the Gushin actually works very well. It's just that, in the early game, without the complete buffs, the Gushin's not as strong. Now he has to share that buff with Sans as well. I think that's a big deal.
Yes, and right now we got the Calamity Reaper. Gives him a bit of more damage this early game. And Dreon is going to roam from the top side with Rozzy.
Of course,
there's a swap.
Rozzy. Yeah, they're trying to see if they can get more economy, right? Because the top lane turret is something that they really need to take down soon. Jay, though, unstoppable force, then flickers back. A lot of utility wasted by the Jawhead.
Yeah, and Sans will be one of the threat that they need to watch out. But, of course, Kyrie with a Thorned Rose, expecting the shadow movements, was able to catch a bit of a damage drop to Sans.
Here comes turtle number 2 here. Kyrie, will he secure it? Rozzy wants to deny, but the retribution is enough.
Dilar moving into the backup way of the dragon. Is he going to die? But then Jay in the middle of the fight. But that Yuzong is strong enough to take Sans down. I mean, Sasa down.
Yep, and Jay just basically threatening everyone with that ejector. Great control of the team fights, and Kyrie once more, good timing. He really knows when to go in and when to back off on this Lancelot. And when you got the turtle buff and when you have the orange, you usually want to go forward.
And this, they're not going to pursue, as Jay is the one who's chasing against Dreon. Sans with his Hayabusa, more of those shadow plays, and Sans will be enough. Good damage, but Jay going for the return kill against Rion, but Suns,
He's gonna go down soon.
easy kill for this guy.
Secured as well. Hated is doing on their own mid lanes, and they're just not really giving any leeway.
Oh, good shadow play. He wants to survive. More of those damage as they needed.
Oh boy.
Suns providing
Oh
even
boy.
more. Dilar needs to fly away, but here comes Rian for the backup. Here comes Rozzy for the Jit Kendo. Boots to stop
Whoa.
them. No escape route, but then Kyrie is really slippery. Headed onto the riverside. He is being chased by Rozzy, and the flicker into the
dodge.
Jit Kendo isn't going to be dropped.
So small things that I really like there from Onic PH. They could have lost a lot.
Yes.
So you saw Dilar, he went straight for the knock-up. Around the air, really the priority. The big thing here is the Hayabusa from Sans right now.
Yeah.
Lord walking on top lane.
Yeah,
That's a big push.
Oh, rough
Oh, they take him out!
waves
Oh
picks
my
him
gosh!
off, and here comes Jay for the wild charge, but they're not going to entirely commit. They just want to pick them off, just wanted to clear the Lord in the mid lane, but Onic ID is going to be successful in taking down the tower. Jay will be the next target. Flickers out. Here comes the Phantom execution, and Rozzy might be the ones being executed. That's going to be the Elder Dragon form as they're going to take down, the Black Dragon form rather, and they're going to take down that Cho.
They didn't really need the damage from D-Lord. They just need to slow down Rossi. And Rossi, he's been having a lot of free time in this game. And they said, no more, Rossi. No more Way of Dragon from you.
Yes.
Now it's going to be Onic on the defense still. That's Onic Indonesia trying to catch up really well in terms of gold. But they don't care because right now, overall, they are ahead by 3,000. Lord is the next target here. And there's very little that Onic PH can do. Lord goes down. And that's
Way of the Dragon.
a big fight.
Catching Jay. Dilar in the middle of the fight, but that's going to be another kill.
Sans is out.
Oh, no Sans, no Hayabusa, and Sasa being chased down by Liakno, Dilar,
Oh my
and Kyrie
gosh.
as well. This Lancelot is popping off. Boots will be the next target. I'm offended. Everyone's offended from Onic PH as they're going down. One by one, Indonesia isn't going to survive.
Man, that Lord was not worth it at all. 1,000 goal lead for Onic Indonesia, but you have 3 people down. That means a lot more gold will go to the side of the Philippines. The missing ingredient so that Onic Indonesia can have a good fight. And so far, he's the one who's being hunted. Oh my
waves.
gosh, my hate once more.
But Jay is there. But this will be Drian.
He's out though, he's out.
Us. The dagger is flying all around. Kyrie with a torn rose.
Hated's Thalassophobia did not proc in time to save him. And that means Onic Indonesia, I think they found a pretty good opening here.
And right now, they need those targets. Rozzy being thrown down. Flicker to save himself. Dilar once again flying as the Black Dragon into the back lines. But Sans and Rozzy being zoned out. Drian being chased. Here comes the kick. No, not yet as he got thrown out.
Play around the
Kyrie
Akno.
still throwing everyone out. Dilar running low. Boots with all of the damage vault in sight, and Sans is present right now.
Oh my gosh!
Phantom execute being dodged by Sans, and they are looking for more.
This
of
could
the
be
kills.
close.
Liakno will be going down, and Onic Indonesia is going to take this team fight.
Again, the order was for Kyrie to go back. I mean, that could have gone either way, but they decided to not force the issue. And they will concede this Lord most likely.
The Lord in the hands of Onic Indonesia. After all of the attempts, Kyrie will try to go in, but Rion, he's going to follow. He's going to push away anyone who's going to attempt any of those.
And the siege continues.
And this will be a big problem for Onic Philippines if they're not going to stop the tracks of Onic Indonesia. Liakno needs to have a good setup. Hated needs to look for Drian or Sans. Quad Shadow will be popped off to safely push the mid lane. Lord will be coming inside the base. Looking for more targets as Hated goes for the rough waves, just for the clear. Gian throwing daggers all around. Liakno still on the works as Razzie being accompanied by Lord onto the bottom side. They are still pushing really hard. Onic Indonesia isn't going to destroy the mid lane or the bottom tower, but opens up still the top side.
And the order is to just go back and hold on Rasi on the top. Trying to see if getting Sasa in a good position is going to be crucial here for Onic Indonesia. They want to be able to save Sasa for last. You want to be able to survive longest. And if they want to get ahead. And Jay is just such a threat. So let's see if that's going to be the case here.
Drian still got the damage. Iyak knowing Jay. He's going to interrupt the Lord.
He already went for the flicker.
Oh, the ejector just to deny Drian. He's going to save himself, but right now Kyrie in the middle of the fight. The large joins the fight as well. Quad Shadow. Shadow kill any moment right now. And the fighter stream and knock
what a
off.
breath of the ocean!
They wanted to go in, but Sans and Drian is already dead. As how all Onic Philippines are still there, battling it out, battling the Lord. Rossi's being chased down. Immortality pop-up boots and the dash another kill.
Oh my gosh! The
knockups! It was
knockups!
really rough enough for them to take and to bear, as the Onic Philippines is the one who's going to successfully take the team fight and the Lord.
The knockups are real for Onic Philippines. If not rough waves, it's always D-Lar going in and saving everybody from certain death. And slowly but surely, Onic Philippines basically did the base defense and the team fight at the same time.
Really good play with the 3-man knock-up. After that, followed by 2-man knock-up from the at the moment when the immortality is being popped off. That was about it. Onic Indonesia lose a lot.
They burned through so many immortalities in that.
Quickly being taken care of.
Yeah,
right
Sasa is basically not just performing well. The dive in by the Lord, that means inhibitor turret will go down to the mid lane. This could be the game-ending push. Onic Philippines on defense here. Go for the invade!
Oh, ejector for Sasa. He needs to run.
Sasa's
and he
low.
might be going down. Yes, he got the immortality, but no damage coming in as Sans is there in the middle of the fight. Dilar again and again. The savior of Onic Philippines. And Sasa Drian being left out in this prolonged team fight as the Lord is fighting them, axing them out, destroying them out. Phantom execution. Onic Indonesia being executed again and again. Ejected on the backside.
He's
That's
holding on.
another kill. Rough wave. That's going to be a tough waves we've seen. And there
Sasa's
comes
back.
Kyrie.
Sasa's back.
Thorn Rose. The Thorn into the Rose as Sasa isn't really relevant right now. And that's going to be it. Onic Philippines will move on.
Onic Philippines beating the odds. Really showing up strong when it mattered the most. Wins against Onic Indonesia 2-1.
Drian is traditionally the support player or the position 4 player, whatever you call him, but he was amazing in this game. With this usage of the Gusion, was able to just peel through the lineup of Onic PH. And I want to say though, this is